Good morning, guys. Look what we got going on here. A sprinkler system at the off-grid cabin. Kind of cool, huh? We planted a bunch of grass seed here, and of course it hasn't rained a ton since we put it down, so we gotta water it daily, which is very time consuming. So Jason bought some sprinklers at Menards that just connects with the hose and works with the pump, which is really cool. So check it out. It's kind of awesome because it's going to water our garden and our grass all at once. Saves us some time. And I'll just let this run like 5 minutes here, then I'll move it up to the other part of the grass for about 10 minutes, and then I'll move it on the blueberries. So save like a ton of time, which is nice. So, yay!
All right, guys, day 2 of our he shed, she shed, we shed
Mini
cabin build. And we sat on it overnight or slept on it. And there's one or two little adjustments we're going to make to the foundation. That's why we don't rush anything here. But to this point, we have 4 hours maybe into this build. So we'll try to keep track somewhat of the time and money that it took to build this. So we're going to put a couple extra posts in here on our supporting wall sides. I talked to Dave, Bush Radical. Him and I decided that's probably a good thing to do. And it'll only take like an extra 15 minutes to do, and then we don't have to worry about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get one extra post in on both supporting walls.
And today's video, we're doing
flooring. Floor joists and subflooring, and we'll see how it goes from there.
We're gonna have to cover it with a tarp like we did the house.
I don't know. I'm considering not even putting the bubble foil underneath it, because this is more like a seasonal building. So in the winter time, we don't really need it to be overly insulated, but we'll figure it out. If we put the bubble foil under the subflooring like we did the cabin, we have to make sure we cover it with plastic so water doesn't penetrate the subflooring and get on top of that bubble foil. That is one thing that's very important with using the bubble foil insulation. I believe it works really well. Jen and I don't have any complaints, right, with the floor being cold.
It's not too cold.
It's rodent free, but you cannot let this building sit here for a week and rained on without covering up the floor, because water will get on top of that bubble foil and ruin your subfloor. So that's a big concern. And I don't know if we have enough. Probably don't even have enough. But anyway, let's get rolling here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's our 5-foot mark. So we want a post right here. All right, guys, we just installed an inside ledger board below our rim joists, and now these are going to be our floor joists. They are going to sit on top of these 2x6s we installed, and we're cutting this board down to 117 inches. Why are we doing 117 inches? It's a 10-foot board, but we're cutting it down 3 inches.
Because these boards are 1.5 inches thick on each side. So
Yep.
1.5 inches, 1.5 inches is 3.
3 inches. So the outside of the outside length of the building is 10 foot. So Jen's gonna mark all these floor joists and start cutting. I'll cut them. You want me to cut them down?
Probably.
Jen will mark them. She'll bring them over here and lay them out like this, and then we'll just mark them all for 117 and cut them all at once.
Yep.
Pretty sure this one's like perfectly straight. So.
These have to be evenly spaced out, right?
Yep, we're just kind of fitting one to make sure it fits good. Perfectly.
They have to be spaced every 16 inches.
Yep. Where's our... All right, guys, we're gonna nail in all our ledger boards that we put underneath our rim joists and get all that nailed in real good. And then we're gonna throw all the floor joists on top, and then we're gonna end nail everything from the rim joist into the floor joist, and we should be good to go.
So you gotta put, you want to put something that goes.
That's what I was gonna do, but I want to kind of, I don't know if it needs it.
A little bit.
Like up and down, not side to
Yeah.
side.
No, up and down. Yeah.
It feels pretty solid. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break here to tell you about today's sponsor, E-Taker. I didn't know E-Taker was a player in the power station market, but I've quickly learned that there are tons of people out there that love the E-Taker M2000, and there's a lot of great features about it. When I said yes to taking on the E-Taker, I expected big, bulky. E-Taker's huge selling feature is that they're not big and bulky. With its integrated alloy shell, all metal, it's 60% smaller than comparable units and 30% lighter. The semi-solid state lithium iron phosphate batteries are more dense and safer. They have expansion batteries that are 2,000 watt hours, and we could go up to 14,000 watt hours of capacity if you need extra storage. With its 2,000 watt GAN inverter that can surge from 2,000 watts to 4,000 watts, it can provide power for 99% of your electrical equipment. You can pick up a second M2000 from E-Taker. You can pair the two with their ET2000 merge box, create 240 volts. You could charge your EV, or you could use 240 volt devices with 2 units paired together. The E-Taker M2000 is IP53 certified, water and dust protected. We could charge it with AC or from the grid at 1200 watts. So we could charge this unit up in less than 2 hours. Another great feature of the M2000 with those semi-solid state batteries is that they can charge and discharge at 22 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 30 Celsius. They are self-heating, and we can still continue to use this unit even in harsh environments. With its compact and light portable design, that makes it perfect for emergency backup power at your home. You can take it, leave it in the vehicle. So you guys know that Jen and I like to camp. Even though we have this property, we still like to explore the great state of Michigan. When you're camping, space is a luxury, and it's always limited. You always have a lot of stuff you take with you. You want to be ready for any adventure. We could use just the M2000 for an all-electric camping experience. Just because we're out camping doesn't mean we need to suffer. We can run lights. We can run a microwave. We can run our coffee maker. We could run a hot griddle plate with the M2000. Not only could it run 99% of all our electrical equipment, it could also do it reliably and quietly. Pretty important part to the whole camping experience, if you ask me. It also has a collision strength of 80% higher than other plastic portable power stations. It's gone through many rigorous tests and become UL certified in the US and PSE certified in Japan. It's even won the German Red Dot Award for its great industrial design. It uses 3 BMSs, a battery management system, a charging management system, and an energy management system. These 3 things keep your batteries healthy and ensure a very long lifespan. So guys, do me a favor. I would like you to check out the description box below. There's links there, and you get the best deal there for the eTaker M2000. We appreciate you guys watching today's video. We appreciate you letting us tell you about the eTaker M2000, and we appreciate eTaker for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the build. All right, guys, there's our flooring system. I wanted to give you a little walk around before we got ahead of ourselves and start putting the insulation and the subflooring on. Just kind of show you how this is all coming together. This is a way to do it. I don't know if it's the best way to do it. So single rim joist all the way around. The 6x6 is shouldered, and this is turned into a 4x4, and then this is sitting on the 6x6 instead of being lagged to the side of it and support and relying on the nails to hold it in. This, you know, it's side nailed to the 4x4. That's remaining part of this 6x6. Hope that makes sense. You can see it here. Well, you can't because I put this ledger board under here. I would have preferred this to be a 2x8, but I didn't have 2 extra 2x8s in 12 foot, so we used 2x6. And what that's doing is not only are the floor joists side nailed to the rim joist, but they're also supported by this ledger board that is nailed to the other side of the 6x6. So this is a pretty strong setup. I think this will be really good. Our supporting walls are going to be over here. I was trying to get a way to have a double rim joist over here, but by the time we put the subflooring on and then the 2x4 wall, the sill plate for the wall, the bottom sill board will be sitting on top of the OSB and on top of joist or post number 1, 2, and 3. So there'll be a little bit of an air gap here, unsupported, but the board's running to that only 5 feet away. So 10-foot span front to back, 12-foot span across. So, and like I said, we're gonna put our gable roof this way. We were gonna do a lean-to, but these are gonna end up being our walls that are heavy load, because the roof rafters are gonna rest on this wall and that wall over there. So anyway, that's how it turned out. We're happy with it. I couldn't have done it without my beautiful wife.
That's right.
So we have some leftover bubble foil insulation. This is the Reflectix bubble foil. We have it left over from when we either did the perimeter of the cabin, like the bedroom, or the skirting. I think it was from the skirting, but so we have 1.5 rolls of that, so we're hoping that's enough to do this. We're not super concerned about efficiency with this building, because this isn't a full-time cabin off the grid in the winter, you know, stuff like that.
And
so
we have bubble foil already in the cabin and
yes,
haven't had a problem with it, and we're here year-round.
And we're very happy with it.
All the time, so.
Yep. And it's rodent-free. That's our big thing. Like, there's so many mice up here that get in the barn. I'm like constantly getting rid of mice.
Yes.
So we don't want mice living in the floor of our cabin. I'd rather have a little bit less efficient flooring insulation and no mice than mice.
Yeah, mice.
So
tear everything up too.
wood, a small building like this, if we end up doing like a pellet or wood stove or any kind of propane, it's going to heat up super quick and be very hot in there very quickly.
Cozy. So that's why we're going to have some windows in there too.
Yeah.
What?
Timber wants to help with the insulation. So what
are
we doing?
You came to help too. We're going to roll this out over these floor joists, staple it down, tape it on the seams, and then put the floorboards down.
Yay!
And then we'll put a tarp or something over it if we're done for the night. That way, if it does happen to rain in the morning, this doesn't get wet, because you don't want this to get wet.
Nope. I don't want it to puddle up underneath the subflooring, so let's get this done.
This is timber. What are you doing?
What are you guys building now? What are you doing?
A doghouse for Dad.
Yeah.
When he acts up, you puppies can stay in the cabin with Mom. Just right here?
Yeah.
You're not a moron.
Huh?
You're not a moron.
Sure.
I mean, not for that reason. You're a moron for a lot of other reasons.
But not because I forget to turn the camera on?
Pretty much.
I think that's a pretty...
Pie, like the piece part.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Middle of the road, it's just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again.
He did the factory side to the factory side here, guys. So that way it matches up perfectly and there's no cut edge or unevenness.
Well, I thought I knew what life was all about. That song had already been sung. I was going on, still minding my own business. Never knew the life had just begun. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same see your face again. Oh, let me see your face again. I'm far from being satisfied yet. I have to see your face again. Oh, let me see your face again. And take me to the place we first met. You came into my life.
What?
Like a sweet embrace, swept me off your feet and made me
What do you guys
whole
think?
again.
Guess where we're at, guys?
On the platform,
On
on the
the
floor,
for the new
mini
building,
cabin.
mini cabin.
That's what we're going with for right now. Mini
So-
cabin.
So it is going to be a cool little cabin. It's going to
Mhm.
have everything you need.
It's gonna have a, I mean, if a guest stayed there, they'd have a washer in there, an oven in there, and a futon. So it kind of is a,
I'm sure we'll put a little sink or something, because like I said, I want to do canning. So
Yeah.
we'll have all kinds of fun stuff in here. This is going to be a great building.
great little mini cabin.
Yep. So check it out, guys. Did we do good? Did everything
think-
went pretty well? Yes.
I think it's going well.
We got to strap down a tarp over it, so if it's supposed to rain late tonight and into the morning, so we need to make sure we protect not just the wood. The wood is supposedly okay, but maybe it's not supposed to get wet either. It says 500 day, no sand. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it can get wet, but either way, our insulation under it can't get wet,
Yep.
right? Check it out.
10 by 12. It's gonna be a perfect
looks-
little mini cabin.
It looks really big now that the platform's up.
But size goes down quick once you put the walls up and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So, but thanks for hanging out with us, guys, during part 2.
Yep, and if you're new here, make sure you check out part 1. That will be linked at the end of this video. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and
The like button.
the like button and let us know what you're thinking of our mini cabin build so far.
And if you want to see a little bit bigger cabin built, we have 400 videos for the last 4 years of those. We have a playlist of that. So check that out too if you're new here. We appreciate it. It helps our channel a lot. So
Yep, we'll try to have fun and keep things real and simple and budget friendly.
so best wishes, guys. We hope to see you in the next one.
Yep, part 3 is coming soon.
We're going to get some walls up soon.
Part 3 walls.
Whew. Good night, guys. See you in the next video.